LeBron, your guy, play long enough to take the court with, let's just say, both of his sons?
I'm going to say no. I think his whole ambition was to play with Bronny. Yeah. Because here's the thing, Skip. LeBron will be the ninth guy to make it at least 20 seasons. The most seasons an NBA player has ever played was Vince Carter. The last 5 to 6 years, Vince was coming off the bench averaging 5 to 6 points. You nor I can see LeBron James coming off the bench averaging 5 to 6 points. Some guys are just, that's just beyond them. And I believe LeBron James is one of those guys. I don't believe LeBron also is a guy that's just going to hang on just for the sake of hanging on. If he cannot be LeBron James, if he cannot be the king, the kid from Akron, I don't see him hanging on. Now, he going to play with Bronny. If there's any chance in hell Bronny is good enough to be a one and done and comes to the NBA, LeBron James is going to play. Now, Bryce will be a sophomore this year. So that's year 20. Then he got to be a junior. That's year 21 for LeBron. Then he's got to be a senior. That's year 22 for LeBron. Then he's got to go to 1 year of college.
Unless by then you can go straight. Okay?
Exactly. So for me, Skip, I'm putting LeBron is putting all of his eggs in Bronny's basket.
Okay. So
I'm going to say yes to Bronny. I'm going to say no to Bryce. Although that would be cool, but Skip, to see LeBron just hang, I don't see him just hanging on. And I don't believe he can play at year 20. Now, I don't want to be the one that I think there's I'm going to say a 10% chance. And that's a lot. I'm going to say there's a 10% chance that he hangs around long enough to play with Bryce. I'm going to say there's a 90% chance that he plays with Bronny.
Okay. The reason I'm intrigued by this question is all of a sudden, Bryce is catching my eye. All of a sudden, he's becoming a thing.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 6'4". He's tall. I'm like, when did this happen?
For the longest, it felt like Bryce was going to be the non-athlete of the family, which happens, as you know, with your kids. You just can't predict.
You can't predict
because every once in a while, they just don't care, or they just don't, they don't like it. For whatever reason, they don't want to do that. Big brother can do it, but all of a sudden, little bro is getting a hold of it. Because little bro, when I watched the video, his athleticism looks a little more explosive to me than Bronny's does. Bronny really plays basketball at a high level. He's got dad in him. He's got the IQ, the vision, the feel for basketball. It's starting to look like little bro might be bigger, might be a little stronger.
I definitely think he's going to be bigger. Okay? I think he's already passed him as far as height.
I got it. And it's looking like just on explosive LeBron-esque athletic ability that Lil Bro got it. To your point, it's way out there because he's just going into his sophomore year. But what have we been talking about? It is Tom Brady's 45th birthday. You cannot tell me that LeBron is not inspired by Brady from a distance, just watching what he's doing. And I'm not equating football quarterback to playing two-way NBA basketball because you got to play or you're supposed to play some defense. But LeBron does have Brady's commitment to fitness.
Yeah.
And he does
and he still
understand.
Loves the game.
He does. There's no burnout on meetings or whatever, the film study or whatever. He loves that. And he gets nutrition. He's got the chef. He's just like Brady. And his body is going to endure longer than most.
Yes.
He's going to shatter the mold for how long you can go.
Yes.
And as long as his heart stays in it, as you suggest that it will, is it plausible? Is it like distantly possible that he could get to a point where if they do away with the one and dones, that he could play with Bronny and Bryce? I would not put it past that guy.
Right.
And again, he's going to have a reduced role, and he's not going to love it. And I don't know what you do with him on defense, although he can give you spurts.
Right.
And I believe in 5 years from today, he could give you still spurts on defense.
I think, Skip, but most of the guys, if we go back and look at guys that have played the 20 seasons or more, most of them are big. You get your Robert Parrish, you get your Kevin Willises, you get your Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They don't really jump. They just use their height and their length.
I mean, the only little guys, Jamal Crawford played 20 years, Vince Carter played 20 seasons. And this will be LeBron. LeBron ain't really theoretically a little guy or considered a guard, but it's normally the big guys. If, Kareem would get the ball, imagine half the time Kareem making the half court, they already laid the ball in, he comes back down. Or Kevin Willis guy plays.
I got it, but how blessed has that guy been
to get up and down.
I'm knocking on wood, but no surgery.
Yeah, I mean, to have to get up and down and to play at the level at which he played.
Yeah.
Skip, those guys weren't playing in year 17, year 18, year 19 at the level LeBron James is playing in year 17, 18, and 19.
I got it. I enjoyed this dunk video, the little family dunk video, because LeBron still gets up.
Oh, he's still got bounce. Absolutely.
He's got
still got
bounce.
Yeah.
And he's got power bounce. And usually your knees start to balk from all of the landing from a great distance. And he looks like he's lost a little off.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, he been watching my videos I've been posting. He's like, I better go in and get in the gym. Like,
all right, way to go. So the point is, what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
And if you come down at 270, it's a lot of weight hitting the floor on your joints. Well, his joints he's blessed, man. They're holding up.
The way
because like Russ, every time Russ, I'm talking about Westbrook, every time he goes out, they're putting ice packs on his knees, right?
Keep the knees warm.
Okay.
But Skip, he does a great job of maintenance. I'm sure the way he eats, a lot of food that helps cuts down with inflammation. He probably have the boots, the pressurized boots. He's always even at the Drew League, Skip, you saw him, he coming out, he got the ice on his back. Yeah, I mean, the maintenance that this guy is, he's always thinking, even when he goes on vacation, I'm sure he's loading up all his equipment and have his guys over there.
One thing I learned from Brady is no more tomatoes because they inflame your joints. I don't know how you feel.
I don't eat tomatoes anyway. I don't eat number ketchup. You like ketchup though, right?
Well, that's got tomato.
I don't believe it got no tomatoes.
I do not like it. I
love
like ketchup, but I don't eat ketchup.
I eat ketchup. I don't eat no tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes.
Well, you do eat
I don't like squash. I don't like okra, zucchini, cucumbers, all that.
LeBron has learned that things like tomatoes can cause irritation, inflammation in your joint.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got all the little Brady.
Well, I mean, I done the blood work stuff to find out what foods work best for me and the stuff that cause the inflammation and the stuff that cause the mucus, all that. I've done all that.
Okay.
But I'm at the age now, Skip, for TV. I can have a little mucus buildup. I'm not really trying to deny myself like I did when I played, Skip. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, he appears to be denying himself enough.
Yeah, he have a little Lobos here and there,
I don't love the cigars, but whatever you got to do.
I mean, George smoked 5 of them.
And it was a bad idea.
And how did it hurt him? So in other words, you said
it hurt him in Washington. It did.
But so in other words, if he hadn't started smoking the cigar, he might have won 10 championships, huh?
Well, unfortunately, he walked out the back door when they pushed his coach out the back door.
Yeah.
You don't think they could have won 2 or 3 more?
I would have loved to been them. I would have loved to have seen them get the opportunity. I don't know if they could have won because the team was aging, but at least one more. Hey, let them go down swinging.
Yep.
Let them go down swinging.
One more. I agree. And I think everybody involved looks back.
But it looks better this way, Skip. It really looks better this way because, man, because, sometimes it's like, I believe they could have won. We'll never know, but just leave that out there. Like, you know what? Yeah, I think they could have won. Just like, the year that he stepped away. Man, Jordan would have won 8 in a row.
He would have.
See? What about Hakeem? The dream wasn't having it.
Well, how does every LeBron conversation get to Jordan?
Got to,
obsession.
1 and 2 goats.
All right, I'm going to jump in here now and cut you guys off. We'll never know, unfortunately, but it sure is fun to talk about.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.